Tell me why you decided to become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator.
You know, I went online and I registered for a workshop. One of my girlfriends, she's a stay-at-home mom. She started selling Stampin' Up! I had no idea what it was. I honestly thought it was postage stamps. I didn't really totally know for sure. But I heard that it was a lot of crafts involved, so I decided to go to her party. And we were all sitting around the table and she was showing us how to do it. And I just love sending cards and snail mail. And I had a VIP membership to Hallmark, and I'd send my husband there and say, now you must use your VIP card. And so finally, after going to this stamping workshop, I realized that I could make my own homemade cards, and they would be even more special and more thoughtful, and that I could, and cheaper for sure, and that I could send my own greeting cards. And so that's why I decided to join.
You know, instead of just being a hobbyist or just make cards at home, what made you decide to say, you know what, I think I can do this as a business?
You know, I would make cards for my girlfriends. I'd make cards for baby showers and bridal showers, and I was making cards all the time for friends, family, friends of friends, and they would all come back to me and say, who made these cards? And my girlfriend Holly would say, oh, you know, my girlfriend Brandy did. And everybody kept saying, oh, you just need to sell this. You need to sell this. And so I started to kind of think about that, and then not to mention my habit. I was spending so much money on products and making my own cards that I had to justify with a 20% discount. So I decided that I needed to start selling my Stampin' Up! Cardstocks and inks and so forth to support my habit. But also, just because when the women come over, you know, I had a couple small stamp camps at my house around the kitchen table, and you know, it was just a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun, and I think I designed all the cards, I had all the product, and it was really neat to see the ladies and how much fun they had. You could tell they were genuinely surprised that they were able to make those cards, and they felt good, and it was a lot of fun. It was great fellowship.
One thing that you used to say about yourself is that you weren't very crafty.
Yes.
And you know, and you hear that a lot from a lot of your
Yes.
your women. So what made you think you could do this, or you know?
You know, it's funny because I used to scrapbook all the time, and my husband used to laugh at me because it would take me 2 hours to do one scrapbook page. And we used to laugh because it's like, wow, why did that take so long? I'm still not sure why it took that long. But no, I did not think that I was crafty. But Stampin' Up! Does it for you. If you open up the catalog, the stamps match the, you know, the inks match the paper, and the markers match as well. So everything coordinates. And if you open up the catalog and you look at the stamp set, there might be 6 to 8 stamps in that stamp set. They all coordinate. So really all you have to do is just pull out some of your favorite colors and just start playing. You're not gonna, you know, you're not gonna go wrong. And you know, what I have learned is that nobody knows what it's supposed to look like, and that when you make a homemade card or a homemade project or piece, people are very grateful when they receive it.
What have you learned about, or what do you enjoy best about the company? When you first started Stampin' Up!, you didn't really know what Stampin' Up! Was, or you didn't know anything about Shelley Gardner and her story. So what is it that you learned about this company?
You know, I didn't know a whole lot for the first couple of years. I was just a hobbyist, as I stated earlier. Had my second baby, and then I decided that I wanted to start selling Stampin' Up!, and I decided that I wanted to go to convention. And after going to convention, my eyes were opened to just the whole world of what Stampin' Up! Can do for you, for me. Shelley and her family are out and about, all her family, and they are out there, they're congratulating demonstrators, they're hugging demonstrators, they're amongst us at convention. One thing that I've learned is that, you know, you can do it. You can do anything that you set your mind to, and Stampin' Up! Definitely gives you the resources. They're extremely organized. They're on top of the trends. They foresee a lot of things that are coming, and you just have to look for the things that you need or ask for help, and they're there to help you. Their customer service is incredible. It's impeccable. I just recently had some Christmas cards that I did wrong, and they resent them to me. I was shocked and so grateful for that. They are just really, really neat. I've met Shelly. I've been a demonstrator for 5 years now, a little over 5 years. I've met Shelly 2 or 3 times, and I've met Sarah, and I've met her husband Sean several times. I've met Shelly's husband and some of their family and kids. One of my dear friends also works for Stampin' Up! And so I think what you find is after you go to convention, you're totally inspired. You're ready to come home and recruit everybody you know so that you all could go the next year and have fun.
So you've created yourself a studio here in the house where you can hold classes and what you call stamp camps. Tell me what it is that you like best about those and what you've gotten out of those.
You know, stamp camps are one of my most favorite things that I do. And I think that's because I invite all of my best friends, which as I've grown with this business, all of the ladies that come to my card camps have become my dear friends. And so I invite everybody, and the first 10, 15 people that say they want to come, we all meet here. And I design the cards, so it allows me to be creative. So I design the cards, I cut all the product, and so everybody gets to come and they get to use my markers, my stamps, and they get to enjoy the fellowship of interacting with other women. The fellowship that goes on in the room is incredible. You know, you hear stories of people that just need a positive atmosphere. You hear stories where somebody's got something hard going on in their life and they just need the support of the ladies around them. So I think what brings us all together is the commonality of we all like to craft, we all like to stamp, but you know, we all know that this is a warm, happy, fun place. And when you're finished, you leave accomplished, and they leave with cards in their hands, envelopes in their hands, and now they can go and send a greeting card to somebody and make somebody else's day. So, or let them know they're thinking about them. So my favorite part of stamp camps is just seeing what happens in the room and watching everybody enjoy making the cards that I've designed for them, and knowing that they're going to send those cards and pass that joy along.
So tell me the steps involved in becoming a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator.
Well, you know, the steps are, the most important step is to become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you have to sign up underneath somebody. So first you got to figure out who you want to sign up underneath. I've got several ladies on my team and we're steadily growing. And so you kind of have to figure out who you would like to be your direct upline. And so then after that, then you would basically go on to your demonstrator's website. For example, mine is brandycox.stampinup.net, and there's a little button on the right-hand side that says Join Now. And you click that, and then the fun part, it's you get to choose $99 in merchandise out of any of our Stampin' Up! Catalogs, whether that be the big catalog or any promotional catalogs. So the starter kit is $99, and you can pick anything that you want. So if you just want to buy, you know, one item that's $99, well, that is what your starter kit is. And so that will, you know, you'll wrap that up, basically sign the demonstrator agreement. Now, just so you know, as you're going through that process, you'll kind of feel like you're signing up to be an active selling demonstrator. Well, Stampin' Up! Has to do it that way because we don't really know who is and who isn't. So if you want to be a hobbyist, you still have to go through all the same steps that anybody who wants to sell it actively. And so that's how you would sign up. Immediately after you hit send and you pay for your $99 kit, you get a congratulations email from Stampin' Up!, which you'll be very excited to get. It'll have your demonstrator ID number and your password. You'll go on to the Stampin' Up! Website, and immediately you can sign into our Stampin' Connection, which is like Facebook's for stampers, and it's only Stampin' Up! Demonstrators. So, you know, if you are one of those ladies that likes to look around for ideas, let me tell you, that is the place to go. It's full of fabulous ideas, and so you'll have access to that. And then, of course, if you decide to sign up underneath me, you'll get an email from me and probably a card in the mail to follow, and a follow-up phone call because I'll be excited to to mentor you if you'd like, or to welcome you to my team.
If someone signs up underneath you, how do you go about helping them as in their career as a demonstrator?
You know, the first thing that I would tell somebody is that I can help you and Stampin' Up! Can help you, but you have to do it yourself. So that is the first thing that I tell all my ladies, is that I am 100% there to help you and to guide you and to mentor you and tell you everything that I did. But you have to walk the walk yourself. So that is the first thing. The next thing, you know, my husband's in web design, so we can help them start a blog. I also invite them over to my studio, and they can look through any samples, they can borrow any samples. I want them to get excited, because when you sign up to be a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, it is so exciting, because there's just, the possibilities are endless. And so I want them to come over, and I want them to take home some stamp sets and start playing, start getting some ideas. I always share my Stampin' Up! Success magazines with them. You know, later on down the road, we go through training on the Demonstrator website, training on the different products. And I also share with them my story and how I evolved from my living room coffee table to my husband's conference room to the Panera Bread down the road to now having a craft room and moving all my guest bedroom stuff out. So nobody can spend the night, but we got a great craft room. So, so there's a lot of things that I can share with them, and I'm still learning. I learn on a daily basis, and that's why I attend convention. That's why I attend leadership. That's why I'm always looking at my goals. I'm always reaching for higher goals. And I'm always trying to figure out, you know, looking at the resources that Stampin' Up! Has given me. I've worked with their Demonstrator business development team to help educate me on my business. And so, you know, I am happy to share it all and to work with you.